And just like that, we find ourselves in the midst of day 2. Women in Pharmacy. Congratulations. Today is an amazing day. And guess what's going to happen next? You're going to build that business. The fastest way for us to get to our dreams, the fastest way for us to make it all happen is to be in control of how we make money. To be in control of how we use our knowledge, our license, our expertise, and more importantly, not just build a business, but build a pathway to our dreams. And just like that, we say, dun, 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 welcome to the stage, your leader, your teacher, the Jerika Dawn.
Hello. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Take a deep breath with me because it is day 2 already. Day 2. Did you hear me? We worked on it yesterday. The women were in the room in full effect, learning, making decisions about where they want to live, where they want to visit, what they're no longer going to tolerate in their lives. Because you understand that in order to move forward, you have to have your mindset in the right place. So with that, we did a lot of work yesterday on mindset. And if you're on LinkedIn, which you should be, if you're on LinkedIn and you're a member of the Women in Pharmacy What's Next group, you could see those women at work. They were working, doing the work, making sure that they followed up on all they learned in training yesterday, putting it into practice. They learned to tell their stories. And when I tell you, your story is the biggest asset that you have. And many people in pharmacy assume that they should tell their pharmacy story. You know what? There's no such thing as your pharmacy story. Your story is your story. And yesterday, the women learned how to tell their story in 3 sentences, and a few good men. 3 sentences. Tell their story so that they can begin that journey of changing their lives first and then the lives of those they're meant to serve. So with that, let me tell you this. If you were not in on day 1, there is still time for you to get in on day 2 and 3. Let me tell you the best way to do that. Number 1, there is a link that is scrolling underneath this video that you can go to nothingheldback.live and get a ticket. It's not too late to get a ticket. Let me tell you this. When I first entered into my world, my current world of coaching, and I was given an invitation to a 3-day event. At that time, this was before the pandemic, and it was in Las Vegas. And I remember having to be in New Jersey the first part of the week, and the last part of the week having to be back in Atlanta. And someone called and said, I really think you need to attend this 3-day event. And I don't know, I just knew I needed to be there. And even though I couldn't attend all 3 days because of the commitments that I had on both ends of that week, I attended for 2 days. And it amazes me that now I am broadcasting to you live here from the studios of that same company. And all I could attend was 2 out of 3 days. I was able to attend day 1 and day 2, day 3, and there was no replay access like what I've offered here in this program. There was no replay access, and I attended, and those 2 days changed my life. 2 days in Las Vegas in 2018 changed my life, changed my perspective, changed my mindset, changed my address, changed my circle of friends. Those 2 days in Las Vegas, remember, it was a 3-day event, but I knew that I couldn't focus on the day that I couldn't be there, the day that I had another commitment. I didn't even focus on the fact that I had to leave that second day early because I had to take a red-eye flight back from Las Vegas to Atlanta. I went because I was like, however long I can be there, I'm looking for something. I'm looking to make a change. And I went for those 2 days. And as I said, now I stand in the studios of Do the Damn Thing Productions. And it was one of the best 2 days of my life. And I didn't worry about that third day. So I'm going to encourage you. Okay, you missed day one. That means you need to get that VIP ticket, because then you'll have access to the replay and you'll join us in a few moments when we're in the training room for day 2 and day 3. You see, just because you missed day 1 doesn't mean you still don't have an opportunity to change your life. So as I said, the women yesterday in the room, a few good men, were working on their story. And I heard things in the beginning like, well, that was a little challenging. That was a little difficult. It's so hard to condense it down. But by the time they practiced, and then they practiced more, I was so excited when I checked LinkedIn this morning and people were posting their homework assignments, because, if you don't do the work, how can you expect a different outcome? So these ladies were in and they're posting their homework and they're making the changes and they're making the effort to change their lives, not only their careers, which oftentimes in pharmacy, that's usually first and foremost on our mind. What can I do with my career? Or if they're building a business, what can I do with my business? But I believe that you have to change your life first. And you also have to change your life while you're building and changing and growing your career or your business. So with that, I want you to understand that today we are going back in the training room. We are headed back to the books and we're going to learn about building a business. And as I said yesterday, not the look up the Secretary of State for your state and file an LLC, not that type of business building, but how do you take what's in your hands, which many times when I talk with pharmacists or people in the pharmacy profession, they say to me, but I don't have anything. I don't know how I don't understand. No, I don't have anything. I know how to fill prescriptions or I know how to practice, clinical care, but I don't have anything. How can I sell anything? And I say this is where we're going to go back to the books and we're going to learn Business Building 101. With that, one of the things that I'd like for you to know is that when we think about business, especially because of the way we've been trained. So those who are watching who are students, those who are watching who are technicians, and those who are watching who are pharmacists, we have been trained for fulfillment. We have been trained to fulfill. With that, you say, fulfillment? What does that mean? Whomever we're working for has marketed. They've done the marketing for us. We are generally, unless you have a job that's specifically in marketing, we have worked for companies that they took care of the marketing, they took care of the sales, and ultimately we're at the end of this line and we are responsible for fulfillment. So if you think about it, if you worked in the retail pharmacy outlet, the retail pharmacy took care of the marketing. They made the sale and that they got the patient or prescriber to send or bring their prescription in. They made the sale and you are at the end. And maybe you do have some suggestions that you're supposed to make or ask the patient if they also would like to get their flu shot or what have you. However, you ultimately, as the end of the line, end of this production line, you are part of fulfillment. Fill the customer's order. That's either filling a prescription or it's you taking care of the patient, practicing your clinical work for that patient and their well-being. Either way, it's fulfillment. So oftentimes when we head off into our own business or our own, even if we're building a brand and we're still a career professional, we don't think about marketing and sales. We think about fulfillment. So when you see people constantly and continuously going to get more education, more degrees, more certifications, more certificates, and I don't have anything against additional knowledge. However, I ask, are they doing that in place of getting in the marketing seat and the sales seat for their brand or their business and making things happen? Because if you're not and you're only focused on fulfillment, and if I go get more technical knowledge, more training, more certificates, more certifications, more alphabet soup behind my name, I will tell you that those generally end up being the professionals that say, I built it, now no one's coming. I don't understand. Where do I get clients from? How do I get clients? Because they have been so focused on fulfillment. Fulfillment is where they've been focused, that marketing and sales has just kind of been left up to chance, if anything at all, if given any thought at all. So with that, you must understand that wherever you are in your career, especially pharmacists and technicians, you've been trained to fulfill. And I'm not saying that you don't need any additional knowledge ever, but don't let your pursuit of more knowledge of fulfillment keep you from understanding and using marketing and sales to grow your brand or grow your business. Because if you stay in fulfillment land, you will be there by yourself for a long time. If nothing is marketed, then nothing is sold. If nothing is sold, then there are no orders to fulfill. So understand that you have likely worked in an environment where the marketing and sales has taken place on your behalf so that you could be in the line of production in fulfilling. This is what we're going to lead off with today in the training room. I want you to know that I want you to get in there. You have time to get in and learn what to do next. We had a VIP Q&A session yesterday evening, and the questions that came, like, how long does it take to turn a no into a yes? What can I do to reach a higher level, a higher ticket client that I'm not already doing? Women asking questions about how they can take the next step. The ladies who were in that room all echoed that they really appreciated being part of being able to ask questions, being able to be one-on-one and take it even further than what they got in the training room yesterday. So with that, you want to make sure that you get in the training room today. This morning, we led off with a sponsor coffee chat. All of the sponsors were in the room, available to answer questions, to talk about their areas of expertise or their products of expertise. And we're really excited to field questions from the VIP attendees about where they want to go and what they want to do. And it was quite the mixer because the sponsors also connected with each other and learned about each other's products and services. So with that, we have had a wonderful, wonderful start to the morning and looking forward to continuing today. If you haven't already gotten inside of LinkedIn, gotten inside of the Women in Pharmacy What's Next group, you can submit a request to join the group. And as soon as we see that, we will definitely approve that so you can come on in the group. There's a lot of action happening in there, and you will see women who are transforming their lives, their careers, and their businesses right before our eyes. It's amazing to watch the change as it's taking place in just a matter of hours. A matter of hours. These women all started 24 hours ago in the same place that you would start today, and they've already made changes in their life. They've already made new plans. They've already determined different destinations. They've already started reshaping their circle of friends and acquaintances and associates. So don't underestimate what can happen in the room. I invite you to join us and change your life. Change your life. It is very possible, and it doesn't take a long time. With that, I want to also give you a heads up that we got the announcement for the next conference. And so another reason why you want to get in on the conference currently is because that'll give you special discounts for the conference that's coming up in the future. So there are all kinds of reasons for you to, one, work on changing your life, two, work on changing your business or your career trajectory, and also get in the room and meet new people. Start changing your associations, start changing the acquaintances, because I heard someone say, sit at the table with winners, the conversation's different there. So I encourage you to look around and make sure that you're sitting at the table with winners. Come on in the room today and sit at the table with winners who are very interested in changing their lives and putting in the work to do so. I welcome you to, again, check out that link below, nothingheldback.live, and we'll see you in the training room. Take care.